inserted here that he gets tattooed
Right.
on his tongue. So I'm doing that, and
Right.
I'm also getting his cerebral blot tattoo on him. And then I'm gonna see what body modifications are available, like scarification, or if it's anything else specific about it. And for the tattoo ink, I have my own little special ingredient I want to add to the ink, and that's the gibbling mouther pulp.
Oh, I need to find an armor smith so I can repair my shit. Wait, I don't have money.
No, we do not. We didn't come back with anything.
Yeah, Adler is not
No.
considering that.
He said he
Just
comes
let
back
you know.
with
Adler's just
very
only thinking about the end result. So
That's why I'll be hanging out. I don't really got shit to do.
What
And got
store is
money.
this? And what store? And what town we
Here,
in? We're back in Daggerford?
Daggerford.
Mhm.
I thought we'd done to Waterdeep. Okay. Um, damn, I was.
Because we still have to report everything to Elgita, and Elgita's in Daggerford, not Waterdeep.
So I guess if your characters are good at Crom's
Can't
Hold,
sell anything.
then you can make your way back to Daggerford.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah, 'cause we still haven't. I don't think Rolf remembers, but we still haven't been back ever since we first left to the Lizard Marches officially. This is our first time back since leaving the
I
first
mean,
time.
yeah, well,
So we got to
since the
report all that shit.
since the Lizard Marshes? No, you went back to
No,
Daggerford.
No,
no,
we went back.
we went to Daggerford.
Yeah.
Then from Daggerford, we went to the Laughing.
The
What's that place called?
Yeah,
The Laughing Hollow.
Laughing
And then
Hollow.
and then
Okay.
Yeah,
from the Laughing Hollow, we went back to
we
Daggerford
went.
again, and then we went to
Yeah,
Cromhold, and then Lesson March back to Cromhold. Now we're going back to Daggerford.
Nah. Well, in character, I remember it as we left from Crumb's Hole and went straight to Laughing Hollow. I don't remember ever going back to Daggerford.
We did.
no,
That's how
you
we
guys
leveled
did,
up.
cause yeah, you leveled up, and the
I'm not
boogeyman.
Leveled
saying you.
up.
I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying
Forgot about the
since
We
boogeyman.
were
I
there for
don't since I
we
don't
were there
out
for
of
several
character,
days.
I'm just gonna take that in
Oh
character.
no, in character we were there several days, weeks I think, before we went to the Laughing Hollow, or at least a week.
Right. That happened. I'm saying it did. I'm just saying
Out of
since
character.
out of character, I don't remember. But
Okay.
obviously it happened. I'm gonna transfer that in character and then roleplay it. Since that feeling is a genuine feeling, then I might as well just go with it.
All right. Let's see. What day is it? It is Marpanoff the 6th. Oh, the 5th. It's the 5th, and you're at Crom's Hold. Oh, you got down to 4th. 4th, 5th, 6th. So, yeah. I mean, you guys stay overnight, rest
What day
up,
is
and
it?
then it's Marpanoff the 6th, the 5th day. Well, by the time you get to Daggerford, it'll be the 6th day.
Mm.
So
So,
before that, so before we went to sleep that night, because we're leaving the next day, so Frida spoke to the Baroness, and then that's when she went back to her room and had her dialogue with Luna, and then after that, they went to bed. I don't know if anyone else was doing anything else that night.
Nah, I was doing shit.
all right.
Lucia was just up in the room drawing and shit, coming up with ideas for himself.
And go. Next day comes. Characters set off on their journey. As you leave the Lizard Marshes and head towards the road known as the Tradeway. On your way there, you stop to rest for the night to near the spot where you where near the area with the ghost dire oak, which is now a lot more peaceful. now that it's been put to
Mhm.
rest.
Spreading peace and
Hey,
love.
hey Lou. Not to rush anything, but if you just wanna squeeze in a little factoid, well, before I left, Daggerford, I would have sought out Rufus's skin art.
Is that Rufus? I mean Dirk?
Durf's, sorry, Durf's skin art.
What about it?
Well, I still would have to get into contact with him to find out what
Well, yeah,
prices he
yeah.
has for his work
When you go to
and
Daggerford,
to. I thought we were in Daggerford.
no, you were still at Crom's Hold.
So we're leaving Crumbs to
You're
go to.
leaving Crom's
We're
Hold.
leaving Comms to go to Daggerford. Okay, my
Okay.
bad.
I was picking up
I
from
thought we were leaving Daggerford to go to
no,
Waterdeep.
I was
Sorry.
picking up from right after like Luna and Sophia talked, and then
Okay, copy, copy.
the group rested at at Crom's Hole. And you're
Okay.
leaving the next day. Um,
Oh shit. I have to pick up my laundry. Go ahead.
oh, okay. So
I can still hear you.
Marpanoff
I'm trying to stop.
5th, your character's journey. You rest at the location where the Dire Oak was at, and you were able to rest peacefully. No crazy events happened, and then um, the 6th day of Marpanoff, the 10th month of the year. The name of the month, also known as Leaf Fall. It is the autumn season, so um, definitely the temperature of the region is has been getting much cooler um rapidly. And toward the mid-afternoon of the 6th day of Marpanoff, your characters is the Daggerford in sight, and you make your way towards the gate.
How many days
Enter
later?
within. It was only a day, like a day and 3/4, almost 2 days
Got it.
of travel. But yeah, it's like mid-afternoon.
We brought our donkey back from the crumb hold as well.
I say
Yeah.
mid-afternoon.
Yeah. Let's not forget about the donkey.
Mhm.
It's fools.
That faithful ass.
We need to get a We need a wagon, something. Put a wagon on it.
People.
That's
Um, let's see. Yeah, you gotta come back to Hagerford.
All right. So Sophia goes to the group. Well,
As you enter
unless
into the farmer.
unless something pops up, let's plan to head out to Waterdeep in 3 days. Is that okay with everyone?
Lucian nods. It's fine with it.
Ala rubs his stomach and then wanders off. But you could tell he heard you.
All right. We'll meet at the High Sun, 3rd day by the watchtower, and then we'll head out. All right, everyone. Enjoy your well-earned rest.
Ala puts a hand up.
All right, good
He
work.
taps off his head.
Lucian tips his hat, walks off towards Bandos.
Luna goes like, Sophia, um, I'm gonna head over to the guild. You know what I'll be if you need me. Sophia replies back, all right, we'll meet later today, okay? And then she gives her like a reassuring smile. Everything will be okay. And then She waves to the party. All right, till we meet again. She heads towards the Mystic Fire Knight's mansion. I forgot the name of that place. That magic guild, magic in Carpsel, whatever.
Sorcerer encapsulate.
Yeah, she's right.
You can
Devin.
just call it the academy for short.
I'm just gonna say academy or guild.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it the Magic Guild. There you go, Magic Guild, because I'm not gonna Magic Guild. And Dervin is the guild master, right, Lewis?
Delphin was a guild master there. Somebody else is in charge now. But he does have influence there. Where is it? Organizations. Yeah, yeah, Delphin's a major benefactor there. Oronda Owlborn is the guild's master.
All right.
All right, so yeah, she goes there, and then the what important event should I cover for these 3 days?
Is that a question, or are you gonna follow up with that?
No, no, it's a question.
um.
But yeah,
Well, you already know about
like anything, yeah,
Adler
anything
seeking
downtime
his
specifically.
tattoo. Um. Other than that, the next day, which is marking off the 7th, Adler spends the entire day, um, running through town naked and summoning creatures
Wait, what?
in a parade. He's calling it the Black Parade, and he's marching through the streets
That's the next day?
because yeah, that's marking off the 7th.
Okay. So he's gonna do that on the 7th. But the 6th, all right, so I don't know if Lucian's going at the same exact time, but
No, I'm gonna wait for him to get his, and then I'm gonna ask him where he got his from,
Mm.
and then I'll play it like that. But I'm not gonna look on my own. I'm gonna see Adelar's first, and then I'll go and look for mine.
All right, cool. Yeah, so that covers the 6th and the 7th.
As far as me, I'm probably just gonna go to Bandits and kick it because I can't even afford to make ammo, so I'll just be shooting arrows this round. That's basically what's gonna be happening.
Marking off the 8th will probably be like the fallout or whatever. However, marking off the 7th gets resolved. If not, then he'll just spend the 8th over in the watchtower, just kind of just studying Filch's notes and trying to sharpen his understanding of cues, and also his understanding of going over the the black book of the Ascended Lovers, rereading it and trying to piece together what he learned from seeing the cerebral blot and what he read in the journal. He'll just basically do a bunch of research and reading for the last day. Assuming that's, everything turns out okay and nothing crazy happens because of what he did on marking off the 7th.
you go to Dirk's Skin Art where you see a young human man who looks like he's dressed in like uh the attire of like a farmer. And as you go to this building sign, it says Durf's Skin Art, and you actually see like the painting of like a scroll, but it looks supposed to be looking like a scroll of like human flesh.
Mm.
Um, you see this young human male, uh, Eluskin in ethnicity from his appearance, dressed in the farmer's attire, come running out. He's like, no, no, and then chasing after him, you see this, um, you see this human male, also a Luskin, but he's like big and burly. Looks like he's maybe like late 20s, early 30s, but he's got like piercings like all over his various parts of his body and like tattoos like all over. And he's like, it looks like he's holding like a scalpel, and he's like, "Wait, it's not done." And then so yeah, that happens right before you enter, and and
Wow.
you go in and you see like various parchments with like showing off like the different designs that the tattoo artists are able to do.
Mhm.
And you see like tattooing equipment, whatever they used in medieval times, which probably wasn't as convenient as it is these days.
Mm.
Although more affluential tattoo artists in the realms do manage to get a hold of invest in a magical trinket or an item that could aid in the tattooing process. Um, so Durf, he's at the counter, and look he's at the counter. He's got a big like hoop nose ring, some earrings all along the lobes of his ears, and he's bald. He's got this
Mm.
he's got like this handlebar mustache, and he's standing there. He's human, looks to be probably like late 20s. And you see him like looking as you enter, he's like trying to look out the door, like to see what he's like, what am I gonna do with that, man? Welcome, welcome, young lad.
Wow. Adler, he licks his index finger and his thumb, gets a little wet. And he rubs his fingers together like that. And then he straightens one of the errant strands of his mustache and curls it back in so that it smooths the handlebar back out, and it goes there. That was bothering me. That was bothering me. I'm here for one, please.
Right. So, put you on a list. He takes out like a book, like a ledger, and he's like looking through the pages, flips the pages, see where he could like ink you in. Almost said pencil. Uh, he can ink you in. He takes out the quill. And he's like, "All right, got some spots available. Now, before I write you in here, what exactly are you looking to get done?"
Ah, this, and he reaches into his belt pouch and he takes out a piece of parchment that Lucian did a draft of for the group insignia.
Right.
And he unrolls it gently on the tabletop, and he sits back and he folds his hands, and he goes, "Don't spill anything on it. That's a one of a kind."
He looks over and he's like, this is very interesting looking insignia. I
Mm.
see. Oh,
It
there's
has
so
deep
much.
meaning.
It does look that way. All right, then let's got time now. We can discuss how you would like this done, and then I'll be able to schedule you in once you're satisfied with exactly how you want it.
Oh, so you are prepared to have the skill necessary to produce that effect. You can do that. You can make this a tattoo for me.
Of course, this is my livelihood.
Oh, okay. Well, for your inks, I have a particular ingredient I would like to add. Hopefully, you don't mind. I don't want to infringe on your craft, but I just want to add a little something to the medium.
I see. Depending on what it is.
Nothing too obscene. Purely for someone of your particular expertise. You don't strike me as the sensitive type. You must see quite a bit in your line of work.
Oh, of course.
Mhm.
I get all sorts. I get many types that come in here looking for a tattoo.
Good, good. That means I'm not out of sorts. And so after that, he reaches in, he takes out uh, a small wineskin, and he lays it onto the table. And the wineskin is kind of stained with like this purplish kind of like liquid. And so he says, what I did was this insignia belongs to my friends and I. We're known as Night Watch. And I found it particularly ironic, you see, because together we defeated a creature known as a gibbling mouther. Now, upon defeating this creature, what I did was took a piece of his flesh, and then when I got back home, I grinded it down into a medicine grinder while I still made sure that the slime and the ichor was still in the flesh, so it created a kind of pulp. And then I took that and I put it inside this pouch. So that way you can take this pulp and mix it in with your inks. And so when you ink my tattoo, I will be a living representation of the connection between my friends and I, because the very creature that we slew will make up the ink that will be on my tongue. That's where the insignia goes.
You tattoo a tongue?
Yes, you can.
This is what Adler's hoping.
Yeah, he can.
This guy say he's that shit.
I've
So
never seen that shit. I got oh shit.
You're about your tongue about to get infected with some disease, and you're about to lose your tongue.
He said
No,
your
no
tongue.
anesthetic.
Wow, you're brave. Gotta give you that. Zyra, my apprentice, uh, Zarabor would be very interested in you. In
I
fact,
heard of him. Body, body modification. As you can see, I'm no stranger to modification myself. And then he wiggles his eyebrows, and you see his segmented eyes kind of draws attention to it. And he goes, I was thinking about it. I want my tongue to be the canvas for this piece. However, you as a craftsman, as a creator, you must run into this problem from time to time where you have an idea, but the canvas, the material itself is just not enough room in order to fit your idea. In this particular case, I'm wondering, would I need a bigger tongue? Body modification? Does that mean he can give me a bigger tongue for you to put that, just to give you enough space for you to put this insignia?
Well, I can tell you we don't really specialize in anything like that, but we can, depending on. Oh no, you showed him a picture already. He's like we could do this on your tongue as you request. It'll take some time because we can't rush this process. We want to make sure we
Mm,
get this right.
Blended. What's the charge?
He's like, I gotta say, you're the first to ask to make a request of this. As for the charge, well, let's see. Which insignia is it? It's the one that Lucian drew up, the one that was on the WhatsApp.
Oh, I just kept it nebulous. I figure I could keep the
Oh, I get what you're
details
saying.
nebulous and then retroactively just have
Like
it
what?
where
Okay.
this is the one I put on, yeah. And that way
Oh,
we all get to decide together without me jumping the gun. And I still get to, move forward.
okay.
Right.
Well, with the way it looks, yeah, it could definitely a lot of definitely some outlining in there. It's not extremely.
It's funny you sit here as a GM really considering this like you're actually about to do the tattoo yourself. That's some role play right there for real. He's like really thinking about this is quite an ordeal. Like that's some
Um,
detail.
it's like let's see. Yeah, it's not extremely too intricate. It's on the tongue. He says price for this, and you're giving him something to mix into the ink. I mean, obviously, you're gonna use the ink, but he'll take. He's like, I will take your request to mix this with the ink. I will test a little bit out, make sure it make sure that it will it doesn't ruin the process. Um, and then when if that's if it proves to be good for tattooing into the skin, then yeah, he'll be able to set to work. Um,
Do I get to watch? I'm curious to see what the outcome will be. I was fully willing to test it on myself, but I mean, now that you're going to be kind of spoiling the surprise for both of us by doing it on a test subject's flesh, then I want to be
well,
there for that as well.
how about this? You can guarantee me that this isn't something that could harm someone's skin. Uh, is it? You tell me it's from a gibbering mouther, so it doesn't have any sort of toxins in it, would it?
Mm. Well, if it did, then I have it in my system since I'm the one that handled it prior. And I
All
assure
right.
you I'm no assassin.
All right. Well, I'll trust you on this. He goes, he goes, I think, what was it that you guys did recently? Oh, he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, okay, I'll trust you on this, Adler.
Mm.
Uh,
Oh, and one other request. The insignia was actually, it was a little something extra. I didn't plan on that. That was just spontaneous. A friend of mine, Lucian, just decided to create it, and I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was good. It was amazing. It was the culmination of all of us together into one piece. I like the idea of it, knowing that somewhere close. But my original idea was to get my recent experience. That is what I actually want tattooed on me. So I would like a second piece. But this one, I don't have the expertise of Lucian's artistic uh, abilities to be able to illustrate for you. So we'll have to go based off my descriptions. Sometimes that could be hard to understand. So we should get to know each other. My idea is to get something akin to an opening, an aperture, a tattoo of a pit right here in the center of my chest. And sprawling out from that pit are going to be words, symbols, in a particular order. The same order given to me in order to open the actual pit that you'll be tattooing on my chest. See, I've done this particular ritual, and so to have it near and dear to me, so close, constant reminder of what one can achieve when one chooses to brave the unknown.
So he goes, sound like you've got a lot of interesting conversations. It sucks that I would have to tattoo this on the tongue. Can't really talk much during that session. The price, 1 gold piece.
Okay. Wow, what a value.
He's like, all
So,
right. He looks like I've got this take about a day's work. Huh. Yeah, I got an opening 2 days from now. That's good with you.
yes, that's good with me. See you then.
All right. Well met, Adler. Oh, and appreciate you and the rest of your companions for taking down that cult that was causing trouble.
Cult. You just on a cult?
Yeah, the Ebon Triad here in the here in Daggerford on the in the silver mines.
Oh yeah. Yes, I remember that. Wow, they were that's where Lucian found out who he really was. Fell into the dark waters.
Still here.
And found a piece of himself that he could never give back. Oh damn it, he left. I was been over.
It does have to wait at the last second.
I was looking off like fucking
Like you're
Oh,
ready to
oh,
keep
he,
it flowing.
looking
yeah,
off
he,
blissfully, fucking remembering, and look back at the screen, fucking looking at a dollhouse or something. What the fuck is that anyway?
I see him still on what is that thing called? Discord.
Yeah, he probably still has a headset there. Yeah, man, about to get tatted up.
Let's do it. And when you get back, I'll ask you where you got it from, and then we should go get his there.
Yeah. About to have my insignia on my tongue. Cerebral block core tattoo on the chest, son. New ink. New ink. About to show everybody in time my new ink, boy. About to see that shit in in grand view. Black Parade, baby. See mad aliens marching down the street with me. Butt naked.
All right.
Using this shit the whole time.
That's right. Rolf wants to get his gear repaired.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean Roth gets to... Doesn't Roth have like a bat cave? Is he gonna go there to get his shit repaired? I want to see that shit because he knows that. What's that one dude? The dude that's all pale, like not pale. He's like dressed in all white and shit. What's that dude's name? Oh man, one of his dudes that he knows is like in all white and has like this
White
pale
Nick-
flesh and like
what the white necromancer?
yeah, the white necromancer. That dude was cool as shit. Rolf has some cool friends. He be holding out, acting like he ain't got friends and shit.
1/5 of the item's price. So
One later, like I don't know when, like throughout the day, because I forgot we never like took care of this. I've been pending there for like the last 6, 7 levels. So Felix gonna like talk to the group. Since we still have like loot there, if everyone is okay with it, so Frida could get everything appraised in town, sell everything, and she suggests we split it 5 ways. That way we have, some, so we could have resources to buy
Right?
ammo, scrolls, whatever. Anybody objects?
Tattoo money.
Lucian looks. He wants to put you. He wants to put money towards a wand of restoration, a lesser restoration, with you.
Yeah. No, it looks like here I was doing the math. It looks like we have total 3,000 something gold over here. So that will give us each around 750 GPs.
Okay. Oh. Oh, thank God.
If you talk about a wand, we all gotta give over that money for the wand. Then I
No,
think
it was. I think it was cheap for the wand of restoration, right?
Oh yeah,
that's the
one.
restoration.
Yeah, that's a party one. That's like for the party. 375, I think it costs for Adler.
Yeah.
We need 375 so Adler can create it, and
Yeah,
and so Freela will provide the
That-
spell.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
yeah, that's dope.
We
That's
should absolutely put money towards it.
We could all chip in like
Yeah.
375 divided by 5, whatever that is. Yeah, and there you go.
We
So
should. We should.
unless anybody has any objections, so Freela could do that. She could put in her diplomacy at work, maybe get a 10%, set that 10% higher, maybe.
we
That's a
got
good
a
deal.
wand of inflict for Lucian, right?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
have one. Yeah, we have a. She has a.
She has scrolls, I think.
It was either. I thought it was a wand,
I don't know.
or it was either a wand or scrolls or something. I think it was a wand. Was it a
If it's
wand?
a wand, that's really handy because then
Yeah,
she can
we
do
need
damage
Was
with
it a
it as
wand or
well as heal
scrolls?
you with it.
I don't.
Because
I don't remember. I'm not gonna
a
lie.
wand has a lot of good charges
I,
in it. If it's a
I don't.
scroll, then
Did we found it? I don't remember
No,
now.
she got it. She got something. I don't know if they were scrolls or maybe they were scrolls.
I think
I
it
know
was either I think it was scrolls or she probably casted it herself.
I know she go cast
Yeah,
it herself, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be easy
That's
to make
also something down the road that we should
it makes
consider crafting.
it makes it easy to craft that spell since so it's in Luna's spell list. So she has that spell. So she could
Yeah,
provide the spell and Adler could craft the wand.
the wand for yeah.
Yeah, because that's basically the only way Lucian could get like healed up. No one else could cast magic.
Right,
Right.
right. At least that way, once there's a wand, then other people will use magic device, especially he
Yeah.
himself. He can heal himself with it, even if
Yeah.
Luna isn't able to do it.
I got some UMD. I'm gonna start pumping that soon.
Mhm.
Durable Iron Eater.
That's the dwarf, one of the brothers. I was sitting there pimping out that fucking mine. The Ebon Triad.
Mhm.
We will see the three gods merge.
All right. Raw. If you need your armor repaired quickly, you don't got a
Yeah.
week. You got 3 days. His best
Hey,
bet
hey.
is to go meet with Iron E- Dervil Iron Eater, the
Oh wow.
brother of Derwin Iron Eater, who your characters got imprisoned
Right.
because of his affiliation
Snitching.
with the cult of the Ebon Triad.
Mhm.
Meet with Durable. All right.
You put my brother in jail.
Right. They should be fucking up.
It's gonna be awkward.
Dervil is also one of the guild masters of the Smiths. He's the guild master of the Smiths Guild in town as well. But if you're looking
Did
for
Durable give
somebody
us any
who's
like?
gonna
I feel
get
like he
repaired
begrudgingly gave
fast enough,
us. Didn't Durable give us like begrudgingly like advice on how to deal with like the whole shit with strength?
the whole what?
The whole shit with Svenk Alabar. I could have sworn he was like, yeah, my brother's a fucking asshole, but like he was like being very like. I thought he had like an issue with.
Or you might be thinking of Delphin, because Delphin's younger brother is the governor mayor, and he said that about him. 'Cause I think it was Delphin that pointed you in the
Okay,
direction of Smek.
okay, maybe it was. It's been a while.
Yeah, no one's. Yeah, I don't recall
So we just, so
anyone
we
meeting with Dervil. But yeah, if Ross, because it could take a week or two, with some smiths to get his to get his armor repaired. But
his last name is Iron Eater.
yeah,
Isn't he the one who got us the silver?
did you go to him for silver? I think so. Hey, you might have did go to these guys and get some silver from. Cause Smenk had like told you
'Cause I
to
remember
go there.
trying to get like
I think you
weapons
guys did.
and
Yeah, you got some
provisions from
silver
him, and he sent us to
weaponry.
Durable. I could have
Yeah,
sworn.
yeah, he did. Although I don't remember role playing Dervil, I think I just had it where you guys just went there and got it. But yeah, Dervil would be the one that had provided the silver
What do you
weapons.
mean, you guys? I think it was
Remember
only
when
Rob.
Roth? Remember when Roth was trying to get Dalavar to give us some more like provisions before sending us down to the mines?
No, I remember you bullied him to like give you a weapon or something. But I know
Yeah,
my
yeah.
character, my character didn't partake on that. She wasn't gonna like extort someone for weapons.
Oh, okay.
But Roth did that though. I do remember that clearly. He definitely did that. But Lewis said you guys. I'm like, nah, I have to add that stipulation there. My character ain't taking no like weapons for no evil person.
And then Rolf got them.
Okay.
So all right, so he's met
Do not
Dervil.
negotiate with do not negotiate with terrorists.
Although no one's, I know I would say no one's gone to like really see Dervil. No one in the group has gone to really see Dervil after you guys
All right.
had his after the shit with his brother.
His brother's wrapped up into more dark shit than he is. But
Yeah.
I could have sworn he didn't really fuck with his brother. Though. That's
He's
how I remember it.
yeah, I think from information gathered, like he's bitter about it, but he definitely is like disappointed in his own brother for having gone down that route. Um,
Alright.
so as for like his attitude towards your characters, you're not sure. Although I would say Rolf would figure that,
Oh, you're different.
yeah, he figures that someone like Dervil wouldn't put any blame on them, but he's gonna sound bitter and angry, um,
Mm-hmm.
because seeing you would be a reminder of like
Mm.
what happened to his brother. Not necessarily like this fucking guy put him in there. Like it's gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, these were the guys that put him in there. Now I'm thinking about my
Derwin's
brother, and
in
now I'm
Derwin's
pissed
in
about
jail.
my brother all over again. Yeah, Derwin's imprisoned.
Is in prison. All right. Just making sure I know the players. All right. So Rothwood entered the establishment with his armor off at this point, undonned, of course. Uh, and he would look for the one of the Smiths, I guess.
Go in there. Dervil, yeah, highly regarded in Daggerford as a skilled smith, savvy councilman, and a fair guild
Hmm.
master. He heads a
Probably
large
don't get behind the
family.
hammer anymore,
He heads a large family blacksmithing business.
or
Came
the
to
handle, I should say.
Daggerford with his two brothers, Derwin and Corin, and their families about a century ago. So he's been in Daggerford for a long time. Although Corin, the youngest brother, disappeared with several family members about 20 years ago. And they don't really discuss about where he has gone, although rumor is that he's been trying to rally up dwarves of the Iron Axe clan to retake the the old kingdoms of the dwarves beneath Mount Illifarn.
Oh, fine, yes. Is he
Um,
on that quest too by the
his, his
by
brother is. Oh,
the
actually, this is the
ancestor?
guy.
The ancestor? Yeah,
I
you
was gonna
know what
say,
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
this is the guy. I mean, this is
Talking
the
about a
guy.
quest.
Yeah, this is the guy to go to like
Recruit just to fulfill that quest.
relay that
Mm-hmm.
information, have him relay the information to his brother Corin somehow, or learn where Corin is maybe, so that
No
um
one took a treasure though, right?
I think I did say Lucian did, yeah, Lucian did. He said he was
Oh,
gonna, yeah,
can anyone offer him the quest, or does it have to be Lucian?
it has to be Lucian. Lucian was the one that agreed, and I think I did
Okay.
text him. I think I did say in WhatsApp that his character knows that Dervil would be the guy to
Luna
go
also
to.
accept, Luna also accepted too. She took an artifact from that place. I think
Wait, who?
Luna and Lucian. Yeah, she took like didn't she take like an artifact? She did.
No, I
You
don't
said
think
it was a
so.
minor artifact.
Lucian was the only
Oh, did
one.
she?
He.
Oh, she did.
She
Oh wait.
did.
No, she did take a minor
How,
artifact.
how can you guys forget that? That's a
Oh,
minor artifact.
Yeah,
It doesn't even
yeah,
she
mention
took
she
an
minor.
did.
Luna
artifact.
has
Yeah,
That's
Luna
yeah,
has an
right.
artifact. Come on.
yeah. She did. She absolutely
That's
did.
right.
It's really easy to
Mhm.
overlook the shit that Luna does. She does so much shit in secret.
When
It's just
when an
weird. It's just
artifact
like
is
a like a
introduced, it's
secret little
usually like
witch.
a major big twist.
right.
Pull out some random ass shit like,
I did
holier
take it
than.
down.
Right.
I,
Right,
I
like
I think they were the only two people that
bitch is
accepted
Yeah,
evil,
so
bro.
we were
introduce.
definitely the only two people that took it though. Everybody
Yeah,
else walked away.
I put it on her sheet.
Yeah.
it was a gem. It was like a gem or something.
It was, yeah, I
It
know it was.
It had like a lot of
I
charges.
remember what it
You could
was.
do a whole bunch of stuff.
I think it was a Charlatan gem, a Charlatan stone. I remember
No,
where it was.
that doesn't sound familiar. It was something else.
Where is it? Artifact. It was a glowstone. That's what it was.
That it was glowstone.
It
That
was a
I
glowstone.
know.
that triggered my memory. Yeah, that's what it was. Glowstone.
It like recharged her powers or something like that, like a certain number of times, right?
It
Like
could
that.
recharge like wands, staff,
Yeah.
and it could do a whole bunch of other shit.
She took it, but I think she never used it, so no, it was easy to forget about. But she has it.
Yeah, I definitely forgot about it. Not gonna front.
Yep. She has a glowstone.
Sounds like a good time to trade that in for parts.
For parts.
Uh,
Hell
so
yeah.
how much I get for this
Price
glow stuff?
like glowstone would be
That's
God.
why you don't miss sessions. Come back with one eye, bro.
Luna come back like, man, we got 100
Come back with
thousand. Where the
one
fuck
eye
did we
and
get
no
this
familiar.
from? Well, he said no familiar. What I?
No familiar and one eye.
You
It's like,
know,
what the fuck happened to my character?
I would have been dying if he was here today, and he would have been like, "Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I forgot about that." I'm like, man, you supposed to know.
Oh, 1,000%. You already know that's you took the words right out of his fucking
Like the
mouth.
rest of you guys, like, oh, I don't remember that, and
Oh
then
yeah,
you'll be like,
forgot
oh, I
about
don't
that.
remember that either. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I remember now.
I bet you Tony does not remember that artifact.
I think he used it, didn't he? For the
No,
charge?
no, he
Not
didn't
yet.
use it yet. No.
Haven't used it.
I think Lewis explained what it does and what kind
He
of
probably,
power it holds, but I don't
it's
remember
Yeah,
probably,
him
it's probably,
actually
it's
I
using
didn't
probably
it.
even have
not.
it on a character sheet. I gotta put that on a
It's
character
not
sheet.
written in his character sheet, so he's probably
Yeah,
like out of mind, out of sight. Doesn't know.
big ass fucking
But I
artifact.
remember.
But all right,
I mean, that's a big deal. It's not every day
all
an
right.
artifact is introduced, so
Yeah,
that's why I
that's
remember.
true.
um, yeah. So then it would be Luna and Lucian. And I remember saying, I guess I remember saying to them both that Derval Iron Eater would be the best candidate to talk to and see if he knows of any dwarves that seek to restore the lost kingdom of the dwarves beneath Mount Illifarn, for they have a quest to partake and complete in service to
Let's.
the ancestors, the literal ancestors
It's like the gang
of
is going
the
on a
dwarves.
side quest
What's the name of those doors?
before Waterdeep.
The clan?
Iron Axe is the
The
clan.
Iron Axe. Iron Eater helps Iron Axe.
Yeah, Iron Eater would be these three brothers, but like but their family and like several other dwarven families. They're all part of a clan called the Iron Axe clan, and their ancestors used to have a kingdom where Mount Illifarn is at, and where the border, not the border, where the Laughing Hollow was at. It used to be a dwarven quarry in that area, and ever since the kingdom fell apart and nature took over, the um, mysteriously Fae uh, beings of the Fae had taken root in where the old quarry would be.
Pun intended.
Uh, no one's sure of the exact reason, but a lot of sages and druids theorize that there was probably a thin veiled connection between the Feywild and the material plane in that region, and with the dwarves gone, um, Fey beings were started to slowly populate over time, and because they started populating in that area more and more, they ended up reshaping the place more to their tastes, and thus, over the centuries, an old dwarven quarry
Mm.
became an enchanted um veil of an enchanted veil for the Fae.
Mm.
But they're not looking to get that. They're not looking to like restore that old quarry or anything like that. What they're interested in is what's underneath Mount Telephon, which stories abound of ancient dwarven holds and temples and complexes and homes, and so there used to be a small kingdom there. Now the mountains, overrun with goblinoids and other possible monstrosities and creatures that have probably made home in those old ruins, as is typically the
Mm.
case with a lot of the dwarven ruins in the Forgotten Realms setting. Your characters are aware that the dwarven people, um, a lot of them carry they carry the burden of this lost legacy that they used to have millennia ago, and um, it's dulled immensely, like over the centuries. And so there's always been stories of dwarves, um, trying to retake ancestral holdings that they've lost in the past. Some, you know, obviously some successful, but many not. I
Mm.
think the most recent story of a successful one would be one not too far from the region your characters are in, just further to the north, more around the northeast. In the Silver Marshes area, you have heard of stories of Mithril Hall
Metro
and
Hall.
Clan Battlehammer, led by their king Brunor, who had um, led his people to his uh, retake the kingdom of Mithril Hall from a from a mighty shadow dragon,
Mm.
and they were successful. And Mithril Hall is has been prospering ever since. And that didn't happen too long ago in your characters' lives. That happened like 10 years, 10, 12 years ago in game. So in this region you're at now, in the Daggerford Duchy, yeah, there's a group of dwarves that are looking to do the same thing, just like many others.
Mm.
And your characters came upon one that was beneath the hut where Luna and her mother had lived. There was one secretly beneath in a tunnel beneath the home that led deep underground and right towards a temple of Dumorthorn, of the dwarves that used to live in the region. So,
Mm.
and that's the story. And now it is Luna and Lucian's job to give word of the existence of the site of this temple um to the descendants,
Okay.
should they still be around, and um they accepted the quest. So,
Yeah.
but Dervil is the first one they would need to to talk to about this.
And whenever I guess I'll RP that when because I'll RP that with Luna.
All right.
I'll drag her with me. I don't want to do it without her.
That makes
Um,
sense.
how
Right?
would
I mean that kind of like I figured we would go together since we the only two that took shit.
yeah, pretty much.
Right.
As for Roth and Dervil, um see a few dwarves and in the shop, and you can feel the heat forges and smell burning metals and minerals. You almost feel like you can taste that ore that they're using to smelt. And you actually see Dervil is present. He's not at the Guildmaster Hall for any sort of important business meeting. He's not overseeing any shipments or such like that. He's actually here. He's present, and he was. You see him talking with another dwarf. One of his workers appears, and then he turns over and looks at you with recognition. For
Hmm.
who has not heard of Rothscar Grimshow as of late?
So,
The half-orc Lemverite who wanders the night with companion Mockjaw as they seek to place the dead back into their grave where they
oh, this
belong.
is actual Dervil?
Yeah, yeah, I would say yeah, Dervil's
Oh,
there. He looks at you with these
Roth puts up a hand and he
piercing
goes,
piercing
oh,
ice blue eyes as he glares
hmm.
over and he fixes his posture and he walks over to you and Ross inquisitorial nature, his excellent training with sense motive, getting a read of people in the situation. Roth is able to see um, that his demeanor, that Derbil's demeanor right now, is not one meant to be projected on Roth, but it's one that's, in fact, it's a projection of how Derbil's feeling on the inside. Because seeing Roth reminded him of his brother, and now like Roth can tell that like he's seething underneath about what his brother has done. Um,
Hmm.
so Derbil comes up and he's like, "What could I do for you, Mr. Rothspar? Is it?"
Um, Roth goes, Dervil Iron Eater. I see you're doing well. Please, let not my presence uh, disturb you. I seek only, only, only for your expertise. See here, and he like um pulls the breastplate that he has, and I think his weapon as well. Both took damage, and he says, he's my weapons and armor have seen better days. I trust someone of your caliber might be able to repair it timely as well. I hope.
Hmm. He silently strides over, takes a look at you, he grabs the gear, he places it down. He does so gruffly.
Really?
All right, I see what the problem is. Yeah, these have taken quite the beating. It looked like you put this through some sort of blender. He looks up at you and he's like, "Hmm, yeah, this is why I put my
It's
adventuring days behind me. How fast do you need this done? This looks like, let's see. Tell you this, I'm a better armor smith than I am with the weaponry. I can get this armor done pretty quickly. 2, 3 days tops. But the weapon, you're gonna have to let me hold on to this for a while. I hope you have a backup.
mm, it's funny you might say that. In fact, I did just recently get obtain uh, a rather interesting backup weapon that takes out his bastard sword, his newly acquired bastard sword for him to see.
He looks it over and he's like, well, 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 that's an interesting find you have there. Yes, these look like the, hmm, these, these weapons, they're specially made for Urthgar's barbarian tribe chieftains. Yes, as they were known to be, more commonly known as the chieftain berserker blades. Leaders of the
Mm,
tribes would wield these, and their fury was unmatched in battle. You have quite a find there.
that is why I will never give up adventuring. It's not something you might come across if you stay cooped up in this city.
Like, what do you know? I'll get to work on these. You know, I ain't got really much to say. I'll just say,
What? You
he
still
he looks
feeling
at you.
better about your brother?
He's like, ah, don't speak of that here. But yes, as much as I'm angry about it, it it's good that the truth is known. It's good that he's getting help. I'll
That's one way to look at the penal system of Daggerfoot. One might atone if they forthrightly accept the consequences of their actions and
well,
ultimately change their own fate.
at least I hope he's getting help. The damned governor mayor. He's not exactly wisely putting funding where it should be, but I don't want to talk politics here. Normally this would be 60 for the armor, but I'll take 40. And that's for the blade. I'll put 40 on that as well. We're talking 80 gold pieces.
Mm, 80 gold pieces in 2 days.
For the armor, yes. So the weapon, mm, at the most, a 10-day.
A 10-day it is. Further away.
Well, I take it you might be busy, so
Oh,
I can store this here until you come for it.
oh, of course. You can hold on to it. I trust it is in good hands.
Among the best. Be proud of that. You will have your equipment worked on by Iron Axe. Let it be known.
You said by iron axes?
Yeah, by the Iron Axe. I didn't like the clan. Yeah.
Oh, I I thought I recognized that name. Ah, I will have one of my companions come see you soon. Lucian. Lucian Grimm. Do you remember him?
I've heard of him.
One among them.
He picks up work as a bouncer over at the ladies' hall.
Aye. Either
He
he or Luna would be seeing you soon. I believe they have some information that might that you might find um, worth your while. And perhaps after they deliver it, you might find yourself more compassionate with your pricing.
is like, I'm not one to be too curious, but the way you presented this piqued my interest. Have them come my way. I'll see to it what they will share.
So that it be done. Attende. It is then. Be seeing you. Be well.
All right. So yeah, you'll get your armor repaired in 2 days. Then the falchion would be repaired, but you'll have to come at a
Oh yeah, right. Let's come
later
back
date
to
for that.
this.
Um,
Right. So see you in 2 days.
Ophelia, I know she's stopping at the house. What do I call it? Oh, it's under organizations. Dear,
I don't know. Is it a mansion or what? I
it
always
has
thought it was a
a
mansion.
name for it. It is.
You're talking about the watchtower?
No, no, no. For the Knights of the Mystic Fire, they're I think I just called it the house. I thought I had a name for it somewhere. I hate when my shit's scattered. Because like I'll be sometimes I'll take notes, but I'll put it in a spot and then forget where that spot is when I should have put it in a better spot.
But
I think I
I'll
just
put
called
it here.
the House of Mystic Fire. I think that's what it, but yeah, it's not too far. It's actually it used to be Delphin's old residence before he moved into the tower.
I
So
think he sold it to them.
yeah, he had sold it to them. So it's actually not too far from tower. I know his tower is no, wait, his tower number 5? Or is it number 3? Um, no, the tower is number 5. Okay, yeah, so right here, here's his tower. That's
Yeah,
Delphin's
yeah.
abode. All right.
His house is only the castle is bigger than his.
And then Let's see. The Ursula is 86. The guilds that Luna and Adler are part of. 86 over here. But I forgot where Delphin's old house was, but it's not too far from. And it's definitely in the region where it's definitely near his tower in that section. Definitely in this section over here. Where there's also like tenements and like apartment buildings and stuff as well. With one of which being where Sophia and Luna reside. Um, but yeah, so you go there to to make your report.
I see. Delphin Tower, like right next door to our tenement, making sure his daughter is safe.
It's not too far, yeah. It's like in the
Right.
same
And I
re
in
That dude be
eyesight.
casting scrying spells, you know,
Right.
spying, spying on the girls. Oh, let me stop. That could be kind of scary.
Jiraiya? Is that you?
That's Jiraiya?
Right.
Is that you,
He,
Jiraiya?
Fucking
he'd be
Master
like,
Roshi, is that you?
he'd be like, Luna,
Bro.
Oh shit.
Luna, your sister's kind of hot, Luna.
All right.
She's not related to me by blood, so I can look.
All right.
See,
I'm old. I'm not dead, bitch.
I'm old. I'm not dead.
He said I'm old, I'm not
I'm
dead.
old. I'm not dead. It's crazy.
As you enter the building and you make your way towards the Guido's office where the couple of the staff members that are there, they let Sophia know that she's in there, but she's in there with somebody rather important right now. And
She said that you'll wait.
then one of them goes, um, would you like to know who it is?
Honey, the plot
As long
thickens.
as long as they're not there in secrecy, and you're free to disclose it, sure, why not? But if you're under absolute order not to disclose, then you shouldn't.
So they're
I
like,
go where I want to go.
they go, they're like, well, a rather high-ranking member of the Knights of the Blue Moon, Vale of the Starry Glens in there. And from the sounds of it, and Sophia can actually make out that like Elgida's voice is a bit more louder than usual, as if she's trying to control her own temper as best she can, and he can hear the other voice also. Um, he definitely gets the feeling that this Zale character that she's speaking with is not somebody he particularly enjoys dealing with. But she's maintaining her composure, it seems. But yeah, if you want to roll a let's see what check
Is
it
that
would be.
nobility? Is that nobility or
It would be either knowledge local Waterdeep or knowledge religion.
okay?
Actually, no, you don't have either of those, but I
Oh, you said
will.
Waterdeep? Now Waterdeep. She has a duchy of
You have
Daggerford.
Duchy of
That doesn't count.
Daggerford. Yeah, that doesn't count. What would work is uh a lore Mistra check. This could work too.
Lore
Daggerford.
Mistra. Okay, that
Yeah.
yeah, she has that.
Yeah, I was trying to see what she has that could work in replacement.
Yep, she don't know shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she's never heard of Vale or the Knights of the Blue Moon at all. That's been off her radar. With good
She a,
reason,
she's a
because
country.
it's
She's a country bumpkin. She's from the
right.
country.
Also with good reason, because they're not a very well-known large order to begin with. So she doesn't have to feel too bad about not knowing, but
So Frila like replies
all
back to
right.
this person. Who are they? Can't say I heard of them before.
Oh, yeah, you probably wouldn't really know. You haven't taken so they go, well, all right, well, the Knights of the Blue Moon, they're an order mainly situated out there in Waterdeep. They're a knightly order. No, and they are known to defend temples of the Moon Maiden. Um, and what the Moon Maiden's temple? Yeah, it's a it's a newly founded religious order. It's only been around for a few decades, they said. Um, it's an order that's apparently backed by both the Church of Selune and the Church of Mistra. Although it has much stronger support from the Church of Selune than it does from the Church of Mistra. There are some Mistrans that kind of see the order as a bit heretical.
I see. It can't be a coincidence. I was just having a discussion about Selune not that long ago. Wow. Could it be coincidence or fate? Guess time will tell.
Then the door just suddenly swings open, and you see this 6 foot. You see this figure, this humanoid figure that's well over 6 feet tall, with jet black hair that's streaked with silver, piercing blue eyes, and fair skin that gleams with a silvery radiance. Um, Judging from such an appearance, it's very clear to Sophia that this person is plane touched, most likely by a celestial being. So before her is an Asimar. The figure is wearing very deep blue cloak and a silken shirt with well-tailored breeches, and all cut in a rather archaic yet rather fashionable style. Um, Sophia doesn't have any knowledge of what kind of style it would be. If somebody had like a craft tailoring or any skill that involved like clothing fashion, I would have a check rolled for that. But Sophia
Mm.
is just a definitely a unique style that she hasn't seen before. Um, so he comes out and it looks like he's equipped. Uh, you can tell from his arms that there's this uh gleaming mithril chain shirt that he wears underneath, and he's got over his back a bastard sword, and along his belt you can see what game mechanically they're equivalent to shurikens, but they're called whirl stars. Um,
World Star.
Just throw,
Well,
oh, you put
just throw,
world.
just throw a fucking ninja star through screaming World Star.
Yeah, yeah, whirl, as in give it a whirl.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
We're
Um,
gonna call them World Stars now.
but
Don't even worry
yeah,
about it.
now Matt started the world, but
Canonically,
they're
it's
called
changed, bro.
world. And he's got an amulet, a very fashionable and belt that he wears around with looks like it mystic runes that are etched upon it, and a couple of a ring on each hand, and
This adventure's decked out.
he stride across the hall, and he gives you a glance, and he goes, and he slows down, and he's like, and pardon me, but are you to be the one named Sophelia?
She slightly nods, bows. That is I. And to whom do I have this pleasure?
You may call me there. I'm a member of the Blue Moon Knight. Are you aware of our order and what our goals are?
I am not aware of your order, no, neither of your goals. But perhaps if you could spare the time and fill me in, I'll more than welcome the knowledge.
Time, yes. Well, time is not what I have at the moment, unfortunately. But should you ever be interested, please enlighten yourself at our headquarters. Should you ever come to Waterdeep?
As a matter of fact, I am planning a trip pretty soon to Waterdeep. What is the name of this place? From what I hear, Waterdeep is a very big city. Would not want to get lost trying to find
He tells you, he's like, we are based in the northern part of Waterdeep, and our presence grows by the day. For you can have us to thank for making sure Shar's influence doesn't grow ever stronger.
Shar. I see.
Unlike your superior in there, and he says it like loud enough for her to hear.
that's toxic. I mean, carry on.
He goes, apologies, Sophia.
So your vocation, it has to do with keeping the greater goddess Shar.
Yes, keeping her not just at bay, but smiting them completely. They are to be annihilated.
Wait, completely. As in those that go out of the way to harm others or perhaps corrupt the weave. Clearly not those that might be confused or brainwashed by followers of Shar's.
If they are confused by Shar, they are already lost.
Sophia, like at first was like smiling, but her face turns suddenly like serious. I see. Well, as
We
you
tr-
mentioned, you are. Oh, go ahead.
no, he goes. Yeah, so we've tried to convince others of this, although some are more adamant to hold on to their own views rather than see the truth for what it is. Pardon me, Sophia, I must be off. I have much business to attend to. And
Oh, please don't let me be the reason for you overstaying your stay.
and do say hello to your sister Luna for me. I hope she's doing well.
What do you mean by that? She's doing a sense motive.
I
Mm,
roll, yeah, roll a sense.
getting dark.
The hell is?
Sophia, with her usual gullible nature, doing sense motive here is perfect. Because he said some dangerous words that got her antennas up.
Yeah,
That's what's funny.
it's like her spider
Mm-hmm.
sense went up. Yo, like wait a second, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You're a Nazi more to go angelic and shit, but then you're saying some sus stuff there.
Zealous.
Oh come on, man, this girl, that's freaking Digidice.
um, so she's looking at him like, oh, he must be having a bad day. I hope he feels better.
Yeah, not she misread him because she's already like on
Yeah,
alert. She felt like something was off of him. She would not give him the benefit of the doubt that he's
right.
not dangerous. She feels that she's
But she
dangerous.
can't, yeah, she senses, I guess with that, she can sense that, yeah, he's definitely something off, but she can't, you know, it's something she's gonna have to think over. She can't tell what it could be. Although, yeah, it did feel weird about how he asked about Luna and then, I mean, said about Luna and then, um, when you asked him that question, he replies, oh,
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Wait, go on. Finish your scene. Finish your scene.
he goes, oh, from what I've heard from Elgita about her, let's just say, he goes, let's just hope for her sake that we may be a little wrong.
What did Lady Elgita disclose to you about
Oh,
her?
you can ask her yourself. I believe she can give you the answers you seek. Well met.
I wish I could say the same.
Hmm.
She gives him like a glare, like almost like semi-hostile intent.
Yeah, he struts his way towards the exit, and he's like, ah, remember, do come on by so you can learn much, much more than what you already may know or not know.
Who do you follow? Are you a follower of Saloon or Mistra?
Why, both. And he just grins
Oh,
and then turns and walks away.
she thinks to herself, that's heretical. Anyways, she she doesn't normally. Sophia will wait for like proper like decorum to wait to be called by Lady Elgita, but she just disregards that and goes straight into her um office.
All right. You head in there. Now Gita turns. She was looking out like the window in her office, and she like hears you come in, and she turns around. It's like, wow, what'd you think of that out there?
She points back towards that guy that just left. Should I be worried?
No, but your dear sister should.
then I should be worried as well.
That's right.
Can you
How much
please
do you?
explain to me?
So how much do you
Go
know
ahead.
about the Knights of the Blue Moon?
Nothing.
Ooh.
But I intend to find out everything I can about them, starting
Well,
now.
have a seat. I'll go over that first, and then you can give me your report. So,
How do they know about my sister and her past dealings with Shar? Did you disclose this to them?
not by choice. In fact,
Elaborate.
she goes. In fact, they were the last ones I wanted to know. So she discloses to you about the Knights of the Blue Moon. Tells you that they are elite soldiers in an endless battle against the Mistress of the Night. That their tactics are strictly governed by the phase of the moon. They are strongest when the moon is full and weakest when the moon is new. They draw on Selune's tidal influence over the weave. They attack when the moon is waxing and their offensive powers grow strong, and then they defend when the moon is waning and their defensive powers move to the fore. It takes one with a combined and diverse array of being able to spontaneously cast magic, along with being able to channel the divine power of the goddess to even enter their ranks. So, game mechanically speaking, a lot of their members are made up of cleric sorcerers, paladin sorcerers. Um,
Mm, sounds like a dangerous bunch.
sometimes, you know, rarely cleric bards even, or even stories of an ex-bard paladin type have
Mm.
been known to join the order. Um, they are staunchly dedicated destroying and battling and destroying everything that's battling and destroying those that are under the influence of or in command of the Lady of Loss. Um, they battle the followers of Shar wherever they appear. Where others see weakness in the endless waning and waxing of the Moon Maiden, they are actually known to control the ebb and flow of combat. Those where others are tempted by the dark power of the Shadow Weave, they see hidden power in the tidal fluctuations of the weave. They um they're a religious organization that is dedicated to both Selune and Mistra. Their main headquarters are based, north of Waterdeep, and there are some tensions with the Mistran clergy of the House of Splendor and the House of Wonder in Waterdeep, and with them. They're a relatively new knightly order in a world that has such a large number of religious organizations. Outside of Waterdeep, they're really not well known. So they tend to get treated like any other crusading order. But their roles as part of the church hierarchy of Selune or Mistra are often put off because of the perceived heresy of venerating both Selune and Mistra. They possess an ability to display the use of lunar magic, which has engendered great interest among students of the art. For lunar magic is relatively unknown among those who study the many ways to manipulate the weave. Um,
So basically, they're all like a corpse of Moon Knights. pretty dope.
They as for Zale, it says Zale is a high moon knight, and apparently they say he is a native.
Oh shit! I guessed it right on the head. I said Moon Knight.
Mm.
Moon Knight. He is a
Hmm.
I
high
was talking
moon,
about the comic book
the comic
character.
book character. He is
Yeah.
a high moon knight of the order, and
Mm.
it is said that he is a native of Selunar, which, as wild as it sounds, it appears that Selunar was a floating city that had escaped the fall of Neferel thousands of years ago. That the city was transferred to the gates of the moon, the home of Selune, by the goddess herself.
I thought there were no survivors from
What, the
those floating cities
Lunarians?
of ancient
Kings?
times.
No.
Oh, the Netherese,
I
many
can't, bro.
Netherese, while much of Netherese had fallen, there were still many survivors. She goes,
You see
she goes,
Luna saying Netherese. She goes like, huh, interesting. Was not aware of that.
she
So there might
goes,
be other Netherese out there that speak this dialect. It's not a dead language, it may seem. And then she goes back to speaking in Luskan.
well, if you caught up on the news from the last few years, you would be, I'm sure you're aware of another city that had suddenly appeared out
From the
towards
plane
the
of shadows.
heartlands, yes, from the plane of shadow, apparently ruled by sinister shadow mages, and
It hovers.
they definitely do um they definitely are in service to the Lady of Loss and are not to be trusted. In fact, Waterdeep itself had sent a contingent force that begrudgingly had allied with with what they call the Shadowvar, fight
Hmm.
against the Faerun in the city of Everesta, city of Moonel. I mean, a city of elves, far to the west. However, they had betrayed. They ended up betraying them during the after the battle with the Faerun, where they were secretly trying to melt the high ice, which is why the weather for the past couple of years has been quite odd. You can thank them for that. But yes, there are other
I see.
survivors. Stories of survivors that had fled to the far south, and stories of survivors on islands out in the seas. It's quite possible you or I carry Netherese heritage. Um, but she goes, yeah, Zale in particular came from a city that was saved by Selune. Um, However, during the time of troubles, he found himself transported here in Faerun. They said he was found in the Waterdeep forest. He had come to the city, made his way to the House of Wonder, our Temple of Mistra in Waterdeep. From there, it was said that he continued to experience visions of the moon, which also led him to the House of the Moon, the headquarters of the Knights of the Blue Moon. He noticed that he had apparently he had learned of a vision shared by the two churches of the Knightly Order, and they are very highly dedicated to opposing all the machinations of Shar. So
I'm
he
not going
sees
to
it,
say
yeah.
that
So
I'm
he goes, he sees it as his calling to um, He sees it as his calling to destroy everything that is related to Shar, and he does so with great zeal. Fortunately for some, but unfortunately for others. He was
He
quite
sees
angry that we didn't let him know about the raid.
which raid?
The one that you, the one where we had both found and saved the Luna from a terrible fate.
Ah, I see. Well, I am glad that he was not there.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we wouldn't have Luna with us if
correct.
he had his way.
You're correct, indeed. He's, well, let's just say things would have not have ended well for Luna at all.
What is our relationship with them regarding our nightly orders? Do we have any sort of alliance with them or no?
We're not to oppose them, but we're not obliged to ally with them either. It's
I must say,
it's shaky at best with how to deal with them.
I must say, I do not feel comfortable with his absolutist mindset. He sees no in between, no gray area.
Correct, and that can lead to a very subtle, influential pull in the wrong direction if not balanced. If not balanced. And I wouldn't say he's unbalanced yet, but
Uh,
well,
I have a lot of information that I have to disclose to you regarding this mission we just underwent.
yes,
And once
please do.
once we discuss this matter, there's also another matter that we need to speak of. But first, when we headed out to the Laughing Hollow, to the whereabouts of Luna, her home where she was raised, we located a cottage that used to belong to her mother. Um, it was under understanding that the mom was part of the coven, petitioner of Shar, but we discovered that it appears that her mother was not really loyal to Shard, but to Selune. She even tried to get her away from the coven. When we explored further, we found an underground chamber that led to an ancient corridor that seems to lead to a lost dwarven kingdom that has been abandoned. There we found this ancient grimoire called the Book of Darkness. It is quite a dangerous book. Curiosity got the best of us. Upon further perusing the book, the texts were written in the ancient Nepalese language. So I aided Luna and Adler to decipher this book. The following information that I'm going to disclose to you are probably information that no one in this realm, this world knows.
X Files.
It's up to you to decide
The truth is out there.
whether we're gonna keep this
What's wrong with
secret
this
or
guy?
whether we're gonna keep this secret or not. But somehow, whether it's fate, luck, this book also served as an ancient journal, an ancient diary, detailing to us of a past expedition that Shar, in her ever pursuit of greater power, attempted to go to this place known as the Farm Realm. But it appears that she got more than what she bargained for. She was not able to, whatever she was seeking, that she was not able to master it or dominate it or pursue greater power. In fact, she almost got absorbed herself. Part of her got corrupted, almost got taken over. So part of her godly being or godly essence, she had to leave behind in this realm, as Adler called it, the far realm. No idea what that is. So this seed, this divine essence of Shar, was left behind millennia ago. But it appears that Shar, even herself, does not remember this interaction, this corruption that happened before. So as we were reading, we further discover that this being known as the Pale Lady, ironically the same name that Adler's Eidolon goes by, seems to be trying to find a way, a gateway back into this realm of existence. I'm not sure if it's trying to merge with Shar herself or what is its true purpose, but this being, it appears, needs a component known as the stellar key to be able to get to this realm of existence. Adler happens to be one of these stellar keys, and those like him, other summoners. Only summoner that we know is Adler himself. As we continue reading, this creature just, it seems like a trap was triggered from this dangerous grimoire. And this creature resembling Adler summon, the Pale Lady, a bigger version, stronger, just began to assault us. And we were almost killed if it weren't for the heroic intervention of these brave and honorable warriors we encountered down there. They're called ancient dwarves. Through their heroics, we live another day to tell our story. So that's not all, Lady Aljit. From there on, we headed back to Cromhole. Our final destination, as you already are aware, was to explore the Cerebrotic Blot located by the Lizard's March to see if there's any what influence it has in its environment. Is there any dangerous magic that we should be aware of? The closer that we explored, it does look like the energy emanating from this area, this Cerebrotic Blot, seems to be corrupting those creatures, natural creatures around, making them look sort of like the creatures that Adler summoned, kind of like that, but hybrid form of like actual creatures from our world mixed with that. As we went in there and further explored, it looks like certain magics were corrupted, were tainted. When my companions, when one of my companions used curative divine magic, it has side effects. Mutations in his body grew, an eye by his throat, and another occasion, um, more strange effects happened with his magic when curative magic was casted. Things growing from his what was it? Was it from his stomach or shoulder? I forgot. I know it was like a
With like a stomach, or the side of his stomach or something.
yeah, that yeah. So she tries to describe that as well. Um, I myself used divine magic, but felt a tingling, but no ill effect. Again, we didn't really get to sample casting other spells, so we do not know how else that area there affects magic. Um, one thing does concern me though. Once we got to the center of this place, there's this big pit, this big hole there. As Adler sat there to do a ritual, not sure what ritual he was doing, but we waited there for a good 24 hours. And on occasions, we will see these creatures just come out of the pit. Um, what was it that he was called them? I think one of them he called a gibbering mouther, and the other one was a ruckaneer. But yeah, these creatures were just popping, crawling out of this place. And when you look down there, it looked like you're staring at the abyss itself. Not sure, according to Adler, it might lead to the foreign realm itself. But it's definitely a place we should periodically keep monitoring. It's possible beneath this great giant pit might be other more intelligent beings with ulterior motives that might try and come and invade. But that is all that I have for now. I know that it's a lot of information. Once, if you have any questions, once you divulge all this information I provided, there's a matter that I would like to discuss with you as well. Other matters.
All right. But yeah, she asks a bunch of questions, and you fill her in as best you can, and
Mm.
he and when you pretty much finish filling her in, pretty much everything that's happened, she takes a deep breath. She's like, "Oh, wow, that's gotta say, Sophia, you've been doing amazing work. Might even made the other members a little bit jealous, even." He says it jokingly. Um, she goes, Some of them even haven't found. She goes, some of them haven't found anything nearly as half as much as you have so far since you began. So this is good news and also bad. There's a lot. Clearly, there's a lot to deal with. So we can only. This is why we have organizations such as ours and other organizations that are more well suited to the tasks you have brought forward to us.
I agreed. We
So,
have to work together. We can't do this alone. It's just too much going on all the time. Evil never sleeps.
yes. And so I say this to you. He goes, the stay focused on the original. Stay focused on what I believe may seem to be tying some of this together, judging from everything that you've told me and from what I've asked and how you've answered. He goes, um,
If the blue moon knights were to discover if that this information that Adler and his magic, his Eidolon, were somehow connected to Shar, that could also place him in danger as well, just as Luna.
that's true. The order is going to want to stick their entire business into this whole situation, and I fear they'll be more as well intentioned to their goals I feel they'll be more hindrance than helpful. And so I entrust this to you because this is an order that I'm running and you are a member of it, and so we will handle this ourselves. And so I say to you, let's stick to this what appears to be a singular, maybe not source, but a singular goal, as well as maybe a source. But I've noticed there's a lot of connections that lead straight to this plot that's being devised by the cult of the Ebon Triad and possibly the cult of Use.
Yeah,
Take up on Delphin's offer to meet with his colleague in Waterdeep. You and your allies should focus on what's going on with this supposed Age of Worms. We've been the reports of
that we
those the reports of those
yeah,
undead that you described. That alone is horrifying. And
yeah,
we
that we
and
will. That is our next course of action. I just hope these Blue Moon Knights do not get in our way,
I shall pray for that as well.
since we'll be
I'll
going
keep
together.
them
Whichever.
distracted as best I can.
So regarding, as I mentioned before, Lady G, I have other matters I want to discuss with
Go on.
you. It goes without saying. I owe my sister and my life to you. If it wasn't for your mercy and your benevolence, we would not be here today. I want you to know that first and foremost. But I have some matter I have to that I have to disclose to you regarding Luna, and she is aware that I am going to speak to you about this because I do not do anything behind her back. So Luna, I'm concerned about her. She has disclosed to me that she's being afflicted by nightmares. She believes it to be hauntings or nightmares of Shar, or if I knew any better, probably followers of Shar, whether witches or clerics. But to her, it seems like it's real. She been shook. She been fighting this for years, and she disclosed this to me recently. It could also be perhaps scar, traumatic scar from a childhood. What she went through, no child should go through. But it might be true. She needs our help. Now, this, I say with great reservation, but you did give me an order before, and I said that I would follow through if such an occurrence were to occur. But please hear me out and don't jump to conclusions. Luna has been researching and studying Shar, but she has assured me that she stopped, and I believe her. And it's not just because of my relationship with her that I believe her, but because she herself has come to the conclusion that Shar resides over the realm of deceit and lies, and that Shar cannot be trusted. She came to this realization on her own, herself, not from no influence from me. That's why I believe that she's being genuine and sincere. Furthermore, her mother also reaffirmed this to her as well. As I mentioned to you before, when I was giving you my debrief at the cottage of Luna's mom, after she came to the realization that her mother didn't really try to sacrifice her in the coven, that was just all a ploy. She wanted to release her. If anything, I dare say, fate. It's funny how fate works. It seems her mother might have been a petitioner of Selune herself, or at least it appears that's what she wishes, the path that her daughter would have chosen.
Now I know where
I
Delphin got his tip from. He never disclosed to me how he came upon that information, and now it makes sense.
what now that you mention Delphin, Lady Elgit, are you aware of any special relationship between Wizard Delphin Underbar and Luna?
Shakes her head no.
I
Is there?
see. Yes, but it's not my place to disclose.
I can fill in the blanks. So she sits
Uh,
back and she goes,
If someone needs to be punished, it should be me for not realizing this sooner.
she raises a hand. Halt right there, Sophia. Let me ask you this. Is her magic connected to the weave or the shadow weave?
To the weave.
Good. Do you detect evil from her, or is her aura still innocent?
From my understanding, innocent. Even once, when she used her spell, her magic, in anger, that she cursed this wild beast in nature, she immediately felt regret and amended for that. And with the aid of Roth, Grimjaw, we were able to release this spirit and bring it back to and release its curse and bring balance to that area of the forest. But ever since then, I haven't even seen my sister ever cast that spell again. It's almost as if she's frightened of her own power. But she did not, I have never seen her use magic in malice or abuse her powers. At least not intentionally.
She is no practitioner of the shadow weave. She does not detect its evil. So, for as far as I'm concerned, she has not been corrupted. And I trust that you will see to it that she remains that way. For should such an unfortunate occurrence happen, I also trust that you would know what you would have to do next.
Of course, but you should also know, Lady G, that she trusted you. She trusted me, knowing full well of the potential consequences to relay this to you. She gave her consent. We should always give her the benefit of the doubt. If she's tempted, if she needs our assistance, our help, we cannot let Mistra's children, whether she worships children or Mistra or not, she is one of Mistra's child. We cannot give up on those that pursues our goddess agenda in this world. There are other practitioners of the art that will choose their own path and abuse their magic, and will serve as a counter to that. But those that seek our assistance, we should not be like the Blue Moon Knight. We can be better.
Wise words, Ophelia. And so now it is your duty and your responsibility to make sure that Luna, on during your journeys, does not fall prey to Shar.
On my life, I give you my word.
If you seek consequence, then I beseech upon you that responsibility. From here until Luna's
Dying breath.
until
Yeah,
until Luna's
I'm dead,
last
bro.
days upon this world, upon this realm.
Damn, you sound like a Columbine temple. You sure you want to talk like that?
Well, Mistra sometimes teams up with Kalimba. Shoot, they used to be lovers.
Here we go with the bullshit.
Nah, so she
I was reading that material that you sent us, and I saw that Mistra Midnight ascended to godhood by Mount Waterdeep. I could see
yeah.
Sophia doing like a little pilgrimage up there since it's next to Waterdeep. Pay her respect.
Right.
So
Well,
you mean to tell me that Luna is gonna be on probation for life?
That's basically
well,
Damn.
what Fish said.
the way he sees it is like, if
Right.
Luna continues in
That's
her,
what sound like to me.
it's not, I mean,
She
He
wa-
gave her. He
basically,
gave her.
right, because basically she
He
grows
gave
in her
her an
power.
impossible task, bro.
She grows in her power and her witchcraft.
I
Like,
can't,
she
bro.
doesn't want to hear, oh, Luna's fine, Luna's level 20 and suddenly corrupted by Charl. Like, damn,
Yes,
we should have put her
Right.
down a while
yes.
ago if we knew
That's
this
that's
shit. Like,
exactly the way I heard
yeah.
it, bro. I'm sitting here like he's not. I feel like Elgita is sitting here saying like every time you say "give her my word" that you guys aren't gonna be like that, and she goes, "Oh wow, you said some great shit." All right, so it's your responsibility to make sure she didn't do that. All right, that's great. Now, if we find it now that she has to go, will you still do your duty? Because now it's you against the order, right? They're like they're not worried about any of that bullshit. Like that's what it sounds like to me. I hope you understand. I hope Sophie's gullible ass heard the same shit. I wish I was in the room.